Hey everyone, Johnny from Propanefitness here, if you hadn't already guessed. So, quick tip today. It's occurred to me that while training, and specifically powerlifting training I suppose, is probably the closest to my interests, it's something that I very rarely talk about in like daily tips or daily content or even articles. You may have seen like my first article and stuff like this in the squatting video, which was actually voted on by people in this group. But typically I write about habits, diet, and sort of how you can specifically change your behavior, just because we know that really when it comes to it, you can have all of the theory in the world, but if your implementation and your consistency is off, then none of it will ever get applied and it will never actually make any difference. So with regards to training, I think the most important thing that you can do is ensure that you actually enjoy the setup that you have. So a lot of people follow something because their favorite pro bodybuilder or their favorite powerlifter trains that way, and they actually hate it. So a good example of that is DUP, which involves, or daily undulating periodization, which involves squatting, benching, deadlifting, and other similar movements 3, 4, 5 times a week. And if you like those movements, then that's awesome. You get to do a lot of what you like to do. If you hate that, then probably you'll stick to it for a month, etc., and then probably fall off the bandwagon. And that makes sense. It's just behavior. If we don't like doing something, we tend not to continue to do it unless you're an absolute juggernaut and you just immune to regular human emotion. So the first thing to consider is how much your current training plan, what you're currently doing, how much do you actually enjoy it? How many of the sessions that you do you really look forward to doing? Do you kind of think about your training session on the weekend miles in advance and really look forward to it, think about it, and maybe even have a little bit of nerves surrounding it as well? So that's thought number one. If you don't enjoy your training, probably time to switch. The second thought is, while you should enjoy the general template, I try to preserve, at the end of each session, time to do something that I absolutely hate. Typically, the things that you hate in training are the things that you should be doing more of. So I hate hip thrusts, I hate split squats, I hate direct shoulder work, believe it or not, even though my lockout on my deadlift needs work, so hip thrusts could help me with that. I tend to get knee issues, and split squats can help with my knee tracking. And bench tends to stick at where my shoulders take over, so I could do with some more of that. It tends to be a pretty tight correlation between what you hate and what you need to do more of. So enjoy the template. If you don't, change your training. Follow something that you feel engaged with, that you feel is something that you will be able to stick to and that you enjoy in general. And then at the end of every session, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, fence off some time to do one thing every time you train that you absolutely detest. And I'd be interested to know what you guys hate the most. I think for me, split squats take the biscuit at the top of the pile. All right, guys, let me know your thoughts, and we'll speak soon.